So I was thinking, I feel like a lot of the times in America, you have to justify taking a break. Being on the beach, just kind of relaxing. It seems that as Americans, we're the only people that go on vacation and then apologize for not checking our emails and apologizing for just taking some time off. We're always trying to monetize everything. And I can see that in YouTube now a lot, where traumas, our sadness, our struggles, our joys, everything that we kind of do is just trying to be monetized and chasing that all elusive successful viral story, or chasing the algorithm. And it seems like we're just slowly losing our soul, especially in America, where because so many people are struggling, that we're just trying to make money from everyday little occurrence. And so I go on a bike ride and think I'm gonna film it, and then I come to the beach thinking this is a beautiful spot, and then maybe I can get some extra views. And it's too bad this brain rot has also affected me. And the question is now, what do I do about it? It's interesting how every time I make a video, I always read some comment about, while we're all struggling, working away here, our 9 to 5, this dude's hanging out on the beach. And it's interesting that we're so quick to try and drag others down when they don't know what our personal days are like, what we're dealing with, what we're working on. And it seems as Americans, we're very good at this. We want to search out this tranquility, and this peacefulness, and we travel to all these places trying to find it, but yet we're just bringing this American mentality of non-stop work, monetization, getting ahead, success in this competition of making more money or having more status than the other person. And we can ruin peaceful places in our own country and other countries. We turn them into Airbnbs and health retreats and yoga retreats. And we take away the original authenticity of a place. And then we dislocate the locals. That's what happened in Tahoe, is everyone from the outside came in seeking small mountain town, the small town life, and then bought everything up and then created the Tahoe Wellness Retreat, the tours for everything, and then just slowly made it into just more and more consumerism, where if you're not continually working and trying to sell. And during this time of Thanksgiving, we have such a short window where we focus on family and friends and relaxing and hanging out. In reality, we're probably talking about politics, the economy, and then right after we get into Black Friday, and it's all about going back to consumerism. What else can I buy? I'm gonna go on YouTube and figure out what I can buy. What's the best deal? What's the best store? What's the best sales? And it goes on, because Americans, we tend to only be about, what are we gonna buy? What's the review out there? And I'm ashamed of myself because I fell into the rabbit hole. I used a traumatic life experience and an ongoing traumatic lifestyle to basically monetize myself. But then again, maybe there's a story within it that can help other people. So I just want to realize the self-interest I have of my own well-being and success, but then try to create a message that's pure and honest out of this crazy monetization system that we've created in America. Influencers trying to sell you a VPN, a set of headphones. It seems like it's non-stop, and so many channels are using other people's messages and reacting to those messages and then trying to sell you a product midway through, where the original YouTuber and the message was not about selling anything. It was just about sharing their own personal opinion or story. And it seems like we're just losing that original idea, original thought. And it's more popular to have their reactors talking about your message than you speaking your own message. And I really thought about posting other people's videos on and trying to react, but what creation is in that? There is some, because you're reacting to something, but why not use that message and make it your own? Make your own video and share your own opinion instead of just nodding and agreeing with some random person's video. Copy and paste over and over and over again. And that's all I see anymore. And I get it, it's the algorithm. That's what's important to your success. But I think the main thing is having your own opinion and not listening to someone else's. Taking everything people say with a grain of salt and deciding if that's important to you. But this Thanksgiving, maybe just appreciate the people in your life. Listen to them and just enjoy the company. Or if you're alone, enjoy that moment by yourself, doing something that you enjoy. Sit in silence, listen to the waves, the wind, or just sit and meditate. Everything that we have these days is just go, 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 and not a lot of stopping and thinking about what we're doing. Even if it's not Thanksgiving, it's not the holiday, still really try and to enjoy other people's presence, the company that you're around. Enjoy being with them, listening, giving your thoughts, and having just good conversations. There's a lot of people out there who don't have that privilege and that ability. When I was at the school, And even though the kids yelled at me every day, everything I'd say, they'd be like, "Shut up, stupid," or you're an idiot, you're ugly, you're fat. So many derogatory remarks. Deep down, I knew it wasn't about me, it was about past trauma. But every night we'd hang out at the dinner table. We would make the dinner together, and then we'd eat together. And every day we would say one thing that we were grateful for, one thing that we could improve on, and one thing that was bad. And I remember every time they'd ask me, "Okay, what are you grateful for today?" And I never said it because it would be too sappy for the kids. But I just remember thinking, this is the best moment of the day. Hanging out, even with these little brats that pretended that they hated my guts every day. Being able to sit down and have a meal with them, with these little juvie kids who were liars, thieves, blasphemers, you name it. They had done it all. Some had been in jail, a lot have been abandoned, and they lived on the streets, and they were little hellions. But yet, the best moment was sitting at that table with them, enjoying a meal. And for about 10 minutes, we would have a civilized conversation. Not between a child and an adult, but between friends, peers. And in those times is when you can really build the relationship. When you're not trying to sell or persuade anyone else. It's just a friendly conversation between two people. And with that, I think I'm gonna call this a day. And if you're out there relaxing this Thanksgiving, don't feel bad. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy being alive.